Hi, welcome to Kids Corner. My name's Dan Pound and I'm bringing all the messages today. Let's start with your heart. Your heart is about the size of your two hands clasped together. At rest, your heart beats approximately 60 to 100 times a minute. A child's heart rate is higher than an adult's heart rate. In an average lifetime, a heart will beat around 3 billion times. And each minute, your heart pumps 5.7 liters of blood. That's about 1.5 gallons. Your heart beats over 100,000 times per day. And every heartbeat results in blood moving forward through your arteries. You can feel this movement as a pulse by placing your two fingers over the artery in your neck or in your wrist. Your pulse rate tells you how fast your heart is beating. The heart is one of the most important organs in the human body, continuously pumping blood all over your body through blood vessels. And every day your heart creates enough energy to drive a truck for 20 miles. Your heart can keep beating even if it is separated from the body because it has its own electrical impulse. Your heartbeat can change and mimics the music you listen to, and couples who are in love can even synchronize their heart rates after gazing into each other's eyes for 3 minutes. What's happening on the inside of you is amazing and important. You can't see your heart rate from the outside, but it makes all the difference. Your physical heart affects everything your body does, and your emotional heart affects everything you do as a person. What's on the inside counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. Before we do your Bible verse, let's go worship.
God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone. God of heaven and earth, you are amazing. You hold me up with your hand, you give me faith, and I will put my hope in you alone, in you alone.
I will put my hope in you Today we live, today we breathe, today we know that we are strong when we are weak. Today we trust, we overcome, take every chain that kept us slaves and throw them off. We're not waiting for permission, we defy our inhibition, like our middle name is fearless, son of red. If we're gonna fly, we fly like eagles, arms out wide. If we're gonna fear, we fear no evil. We will rise, by your power we will go, by your spirit we are bold. If we're gonna stand, we stand as giants. If we're gonna walk, we walk as lions. Today we live, today we breathe, today we know that we are strong when we are weak. Today we trust, we overcome, take every chain that kept us slaves and throw them off. We're not waiting for permission, we defy our inhibition, like our middle name is fearless, unafraid. If we're gonna fly, we fly like eagles, arms out wide. If we're gonna fear, we fear no evil. We will rise, by your power we will go, by your spirit we are bold. If we're gonna stand, we stand as giants. If we're gonna walk, we walk as lions.
It was awesome!
I feel it in the air right now. It's all around, I see it everywhere. It's the power. Yeah, yeah, God's power. It's the power to move any star. It's the power to heal your broken heart. It's the power. Yeah, God's power. So don't hold back, no, don't hold still. 'Cause God is here and He is real. Take 4 steps to the left, to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it around and move to the right. 1, 2, 3. Now take tiny little jumps forward to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4
3, 4.
Now freeze. And everybody clap your hands. Now stop.
Okay, kids, nice job worshiping. Here is our Bible verse for the lesson. Proverbs 4:20 through 23. Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. They are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It is where your life comes from. Let's try it again. Okay, kids, nice job worshiping. Here is our Bible verse for the lesson. Proverbs 4:20 through 23. Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. They are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It is where your life comes from. Let's try it again. Okay, kids, nice job worshiping. Here is our Bible verse for the lesson. Proverbs 4:20 through 23. Listen closely to my words. Don't let them out of your sight. Keep them in your heart. They are life to those who find them. They are health to your whole body. Above everything else, guard your heart. It is where your life comes from. Okay, nice job. Let's move on to our Bible story. All right, my name's Coach Pound, and I'm here to help with the Bible story. 1 Samuel 16, 1 through 13. Now, I'm trying to put together a soccer team. I've only got one other position that I need to fill. And I've got some boys that I'm going to check out to see if any of them will be able to fill that position. I've got everybody lined up outside, and I'm going to go do some quick interviews and see if I can pick any of those boys for my position. Let's go check it out.
You should pick me, Coach. I've got the height advantage over everyone. I'll tower over the kids too.
You know what? You're super tall and I like it, but I'm not going to pick you.
Coach, you should pick me. I'm really strong, stronger than the rest.
You know what? You look super strong, which is great, but I'm not going to pick you.
Coach, you should pick me. I'm the fastest of all.
You do look really fast, but I'm not going to pick you.
Don't listen then. Pick me. I have all the game sense and know all the plays.
You know, game smarts is really important. Being intelligent, understanding what to do in every situation really counts, but I'm not going to pick you.
Coach, you should pick me because all the fans would love me.
Ooh, that is important. We want to get fans in the seats, but I'm not going to pick you. You guys have any other players for this final position? Is there anyone else?
One more.
Let's get him.
I know why you picked me, but I'm happy to be here with you.
You're the one I want. I want you for the last spot on my team. All right, for this next section, I'm going to turn it back over to Dan so he can teach you the rest of the lesson. Oh, big thanks to Coach Pound for helping us out with today's lesson. So, did you think that the coach was going to choose the smallest, youngest, and weakest person to be on the team? Usually when we're being picked for sports teams, it's the most popular, or the best looking, or the fastest, or the tallest, or the strongest, or the smartest people that we choose. And we're always looking on the outside, but God is different. He doesn't look at the outside. He looks on the inside, at the heart. God told the prophet Samuel that it was time to appoint a new king for Israel. God spoke to Samuel and said, "Go and see Jesse of Bethlehem, and there I will show you who will be the next king." Samuel met each of Jesse's sons one by one. First, Samuel met Eliab and thought, "Surely this is who God has chosen." But the Lord whispered to Samuel, "Don't look at how big and tall he is, because I don't." The Lord doesn't look at the things that people look at, the outward appearance. The Lord looks at the heart. Abinadab was next. Jesse, his father, made him walk past Samuel. Samuel probably thought that the second son would be the king, but God said, "The Lord has not chosen this son." Then Shammah passed by, and God responded in the same way, saying, "Nor has the Lord chosen this one." Jesse had 7 of his sons pass before Samuel, but Samuel said to him, "The Lord has not chosen any of these sons." Samuel asked Jesse, "Do you happen to have any more sons?" There was still one more, the youngest, but he was out in the fields looking after the sheep. Samuel said, "Send for him. I'm not going to sit down and rest until he arrives." Jesse did as Samuel had instructed and brought his son David before him. David was a strong, bright-eyed boy, but he wasn't the tallest or the strongest. When he arrived, the Lord said, "Rise and anoint him, for he is the one that I have chosen." So Samuel took a horn of oil he had and anointed David in front of all of his brothers. It was from that day onward that David was destined to be king. At first, Samuel was looking at the height and strength and age of the next king, but God had other plans. God knew that David had a good and pure heart, and that's what he was after. God still looks for the same things today. It doesn't matter what you look like or how good you are at sports or art or singing or reading or anything else. It's who you are with him. That's what really matters. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. Thank you so much for joining me today for our Bible lesson. Up next, Bible Points. Welcome to Bible Points. Here's Bible point number 1. Others look at the outside. God looks at the heart. Have you heard of the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover"? We've all read some amazing books that maybe had a cover that didn't look very good. And we've read some boring books that had a really amazing artistic cover. The idea is that people tend to pick up a book and look at the design of the cover or the colors that the artist has used, and then they decide what's inside is good or isn't good, or is worth reading or isn't worth reading based on the cover. When people say, "Don't judge a book by its cover," that's what they're saying. Don't let what something or someone looks like on the outside determine the value of what's on the inside. What's on the inside counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him." The Lord does not look at the things that people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. God isn't looking at our outward appearance. He's looking at our hearts. When God chose David, he was looking for someone with a heart that wanted to serve, a heart that honored God, and a heart that loved others. God looks at our hearts too. He's looking to see what's happening on the inside of us. We might be able to put an outward expression that says and does the right things to impress others, but God looks past that and he can see our heart's motivation. God looks past what everyone else sees on the inside, and he looks at the heart. Bible point number 2, heart for God. Your physical heart is made up of chambers. The right side of your heart collects blood on its return from the rest of your body. The blood entering the right side of your heart is on its way back from circulating through your body's organs and tissues to give them oxygen. Your heart then pumps the blood to your lungs so it can receive more oxygen. Once it has received oxygen, your blood returns directly to the left side of your heart, which then pumps it out again to all parts of your body. Arteries carry blood away from your heart and carries blood to your head, arms, legs, and your organs. Smaller branch arteries feed into even smaller blood vessels called capillaries, which are so small they cannot be seen without looking in a microscope. Oxygen and nutrients pass into body tissues from the capillaries, and then veins carry blood back to your heart. Our heart pumps blood around our entire body. Everything we do with our hands and feet and every part of us is given strength and life from our heart beating. Just like our physical heart gives our organs and limbs and every part of us strength to move around and do the things that we do, our emotional heart flows into every part of us and everything that we do. Psalm 73:26 says, "My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." Having a heart for God that loves God, worships God, and wants to serve God affects everything that we do. When all our heart is for God, He will work out the rest. We can trust Him with all our heart. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight." Bible point number 3. What's on the inside? How can you see what's on the inside? When someone has a broken bone, you can't see that it's broken unless, of course, it's sticking out of them. Ouch. Usually, a doctor will request an X-ray so they can see what's on the inside. An X-ray shows the bones and structures on the inside of the body. To see the heart, a doctor might do some tests using a special cardiac X-ray scan or an ultrasound. They may even take a tiny camera and put it inside your body to see what's going on when someone has had a heart problem. When the heart isn't working as it should, doctors do everything they can to work out what's going on and how they can fix it. God uses a different kind of test to show what's going on inside of us. Psalm 26:2 says, "Lord, test me, try me out. Look deep down into my heart and mind." Our thoughts and our attitudes can show what's going on in our heart. When we are faced with a challenge, what's on the inside can come out in our actions and words and how we treat other people. Ask God to search your heart and show you where He wants you to change. Maybe when you faced a challenge and didn't handle it very well, and you were mean or selfish, God can do a kind of heart surgery and correct us where we need it. Ask Him to work on your heart and help you to have the heart that He wants you to have. Thanks so much for joining me for the Bible points. Next up is our discussion questions. So parents, you know what time it is. This is a great time to go ahead and pause the video and let's go through the discussion questions that were included in the email that was sent out with this video link. And you can go through those questions with your kids as many times as you want. Feel free to talk all about the story and all about the questions until you feel like they really understand the subject the way that you want them to understand it. And as soon as you're ready, feel free to go ahead and hit play again. Welcome back! Okay, parents, now is a great time to actually print out your activity and craft pages. These were also included in the email that was sent out, and then you can work through those craft and activity pages with your kids. The purpose here is to make a pop-up card that reminds your children that what is on the inside counts. You're going to need the card template, which you can print from the materials that we sent out. And you're going to need one for each child. Also, you're going to need scissors, glue, pencils, or markers. And then as an option, you could include stickers to decorate the outside of the card. But the stickers are totally optional. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is cut out the outer and the inner parts of the card from the template. Decorate the outside page of the card by coloring in the text and adding stickers or other decoration. Then you're going to want to fold the decorated outside part of the card in half and carefully glue the colored pop-up heart sheet inside. Apply glue to everywhere but the heart shape. Be careful not to use too much glue or your card may stick together and never be opened again. When you open the card, if put together correctly, the heart should pop up. And then here's what that means. What's on the inside counts. Others may look at the outside, but God looks at the heart. 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. God isn't looking at our outward appearance. He is looking at our heart. Have fun with the activity page and feel free to work through it with your kids and then to allow them to use it with you so that they can explain back to you our point for today's lesson. All right, kids, let's play a game. This could be tricky at home, but we're going to try to work it out. This is called alphabet objects. Now, what I want you to do on your own or with your family is run through the alphabet in your home. So what you'll be doing is, starting with the letter A all the way to Z, you'll pick an object that you can see in your home. But don't run around the home, just do it in the room that you're in. Okay? And if you want to, reply to our Facebook group or send an email back with the list of the objects that you found. That would be so much fun. So, for example, staying in the room that you're in right now, you can start with the letter A and say A is for, and look around, and then you might say apple, if you see an apple, or some other object that starts with A. But you have to be able to see it in that room. The more people that are playing, the more fun you'll have, and the faster you can go, the more fun you'll have. You might even want to set a time limit, and if someone can't find something that starts with the letter that they're on, then they're out. That way, you can have a winner. Okay, kids, have fun with the game. Feel free to pause the video while you play, and then come on back for our closing prayer. Thanks again, kids, for joining me today for Kids Corner Online. Please continue to keep Miss Brittany in your prayers as she is still struggling with TMJ. But let's go now and pray and thank God for today's lesson. Dear God, thank you that you love us and created us to love you. Thank you that you don't just look at the outside of us, but that you can see our hearts. Help us, Lord, to have hearts that love and worship you. And God, I thank you for Miss Brittany. We release your power and your kingdom over her right now, Jesus, for healing. We thank you for our dentist and for all the help that he's given us. But we ask, Lord, that you would supernaturally heal Brittany's face and jaw, that her tendons would be perfectly healed, that her jaw would fit perfectly together. For your glory, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, kids, I hope you have a great week and tons of fun, and I'll see you next week on Kids Corner Online.